What's going on? What the fuck is up? This is New Money, your woke host with the extremely popular, world renowned pop artist Tekashi69, affiliated formerly with Elliot Grange of Universal Music Group, Nine Trade Gangsta Bloods, whatever the what hap. Was arrested with 5 other cohorts, alleged cohorts, in an 7-count RICO indictment. Also strapped with a couple of firearms charges, facing 25 years to life in prison. We did a chat earlier, and in a live earlier, the question was posed whether Tekashi69 was a snitch or not. And at the time, what was easiest for me to do was to under which I believe a person is or is not a snitch. And again, for those who were not here earlier, to define a snitch is someone who is in the. So you are playing in a game where you are confined by those rules, and then you break those rules, right? In order to bring about situation. It's a defiance and a breaking of all those codes and rules you swore to uphold when you stepped into the game. It's common knowledge. I'm not saying anything foreign or anything that. So my mom, she caught a mailman sleeping down the block in his truck for 2-3 days straight. Called the police on him. Said, I got a guy down here sleeping. The mail's not being delivered on time. I'm waiting for shit. Shit ain't coming. Like, truck number such, you tell too fucking much. All right. But a tattletale is the job of an inordinate civilian, whereas ratting brings about demeaning, debasing, and a range of praiseworthy characteristics. If you dig what I'm saying. So, after the question was posed, only right there, two agreement from Ernie Bloods, guy who earlier we just talked about. This is the guys who are already that's Nika Gel. He is now. Again, he was in the detention yesterday, and whose real name is Nine Bloods, and offshoot group of men and to protective custody. Claire custody to by again kind of stats processed into coming. I was in jail, and the likes of Meek Mill came through. Meek Mill was T69, a Billboard chart and pop star, not being healthy is mind-boggling, to say the least. Now, there are security protocols which go into play who is deserving of, because there's no space to separate everyone who says they have every other person in the world. Operation he asked for, he was placed into general population. And in fact, not only in general population, but he was placed in a unit defined by the Bureau of Prisons as a unit for highly dangerous, reoffending, and escape-prone inmates. All right, so you're talking about inmates and locks and socks, soap and socks, Jack Mac sock, whatever. But this is the inmate that we're saying that Tekashi69 is, now surrounded. He's got to walk not only the yard, he's got to walk the. All right. So, hearing that he was, I knew that we can protect you, protection He waived and was picked up, arrested later on. The very thing that he, to this point to date, is the very thing that could save his career. The fact that we already know that viewers his don't listen to me, what I his value. No reason to believe X is 6 by 9 and watching this people in federal prison or 20 sets of 20 hit. We don't give a fuck about that. We don't hear about it's not a son of reputed top boss. Is that you have to, right? What do we, the thing that built your reputation is what will he do next? Oh, he's in Brooklyn federal detention or wherever he's at in whatever federal protective. You don't have no free time. So his value is decreased. We no longer care. There's the Tekashi 69, his value was in his unpredictability. But his unpredictability is gone because we know what he'll be doing from right. And if he's smart, that would be the answering. Tekashi 69 will be loved forever by some folks. Right? Born in the Bronx, New York, rap star, non-white. He doesn't identify as right as Hispanic. He identifies as Caucasian Hispanic or uh, uh, Mexicano. All right, he identifies Hispanic or Latin, or in other words, the brown community. He identifies with African Americans, right, of a different substandard, namely Crips and Bloods, prior to being processed. Not granted that agreement of separation because he's not granted that he's jumped. Subsequently, we haven't heard anything concerning injuries or the likes like that. But the Bureau of Prisons at this particular facility, again, it was the Brooklyn Federal Detention Center. They had the intent to allow the self-destruction of Tekashi 69 for whatever, payments here, a check secured but not cut the right way here, there. Yeah, some other different reasons it could be. It could be one of a billion different things. Right. But again, we only come back to confirm that the report that we had in our live chat earlier that Tekashi 69 is a Tekashi 69 and then asked if he wanted protection. He was asked if he wanted protection because of the fact that the federal authority did he want protection. He refused a waiver, refusing that. Hmm. You know, like I said, information concerning this nature, it's public information. It can be looked up, it can be shared. Back when they called paperwork parties, know whether Tekashi 69 read it or not. That we don't just tag people with being a rat or a faggot. Those two things are just irrefutable. You can't take them back once you catch. But what we will say is that he was asked by federal authority. What we know is that he waived their put the cuffs on him, bring him under arrest. So he was offered protection. He turned down federal protection. He waived his right to it, left the proffer agreement, was subsequently arrested later that night, Sunday night, we're talking about. He was placed into custody with 5 other individuals alleged affiliated with Bloods. He was processed on racketeering, influence, courageous, and federal firearms charges. All right. He was booked detention center. This is what we know. He was booked into the federal detention center at this point. He asked prior to being request. He was turned down. Bureau of Prisons turned him down, said no, sent him. All right. The setup has begun. The setup has begun. All right. The demise of Tekashi 69, we can see it now. Like Crips members, they beat the shit beat out of them. He got the shit beat out of him. We haven't heard anything confirming like injuries, bruises, bones. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Ethan, وتكفرنا نساء تصدقنا أكثرنا فإني رأيتكن أكثر تكثرون النور وعشيرة من نقصات عكم الدين أغلب هذا مقصد